time pop off because my thumbnail popped off, but we knew these were temporary. I was swatting at a wasp and that popped off, so they need to come off anyways. And as we know, I use Jello Jello in one kill. By now they should be sponsoring me. I use so much of it. But I don't like to use a lot of the oil, because then your oil runs out before your peel off. So what I'm going to do is pry up a corner on each one, so I can get some oil up under there. And shouldn't be too hard to do. Let's face it, this little quick press on, see they're not all done. I didn't put a lot of brush on nail glue on it because these are white tips, so I had to use regular glue. I couldn't use gel. It wouldn't be able to see through the tip to cure it properly. Now with these little cheapy nail tips, and they are plastic, they tend to come off in pieces sometimes. So let's just hope that's not the case this time. I'm going to start by putting a little oil where I lifted it and up under it, just a little. Most of the oil I'm going to use is once I get it pried up really good. Because I don't want to damage my natural nails anymore like I've done so much by being impatient. But that is my way, unfortunately. Now I'm going to go all the way around with a little bit more oil. Now I could just file this polish off and soak the tips off because they're plastic with some acetone, but I don't want to do all that. That's why I use my peel off base coat. It's a lot quicker for me and a lot less messy because, as you know, the acetone melts it. So it's all slimy and sticky and gooey when you do it that way. But like I said, this is going to be a real time thing. So, yeah, I guess let me start on this side. And I'm just going to keep sliding this cuticle stick up under it until I get a good amount up. And now I'm going to pry it under there, so hold it open for me. And that's where I'm going to put the majority of the oil that I apply to these nails. Like that. I'm just going to do it to the rest of them here, but like I said, I'm going to do it in real time so you can see how long it actually takes me. I might not talk the whole time. I might. Time will tell. See, it's already breaking off pieces of it. That oil kind of breaks down that plastic nail tip as well. That's all I can do without damaging my natural nails right now. Fry, fry, fry. I just got this pinky nail looking like a fingernail again because it was broken so far back, so I want to be really careful with this one. I love these pop-off videos when you do it all fast and show the popping of the nail tip. It's quite satisfying, but it's not realistic, unfortunately. It takes a little more than that. And I like the Jello Jello because it stays until I'm ready for it to come off, for the most part. I came down really hard on my thumbnail, that's why it popped off. But if I hadn't had that peel off base coat, it probably would have took my nail with it and hurt me really bad. So that's a plus. Using the wooden orange sticks, they work okay, but they start fraying from all the prying you're doing. So I try to use these plastic sticks whenever I can. Matter of fact, that's basically all I bought the plastic ones for, is this. I used to have a lot of them that I just used to clean up, you know, when you get polish on you, but I have cleanup brushes and stuff now. See? Tip just, it breaks under this oil, whatever's in this oil. So these cheap plastic little tips don't come off whole for the most part. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put more in that. Here comes the impatient part of me. I don't want to just have you on camera staring at my nails sitting here waiting. Now this one's coming off. First one, and see, turn this sideways. You see that little bit sticking up? I peeled up some of that base coat. That's not my nail, thank goodness. No, I think it is. No, it's the base coat. It's the peel off base coat. Come in from a different angle. I'm not ripping my nail. There we go. This one's coming next. Some might find this boring, some might find it informational, because you think peel off base coat and then a remover, you think it's just going to pop right off. Not so much, not without damage if you're going to do it that way. Well, let's be serious. This is oil, so your hands are oily right now. Don't really want to grab too many things right now. So that's why I have the dental bib, so oil doesn't get all over my silicone mat. Believe it or not, oil is hard to get off silicone mat without some really hot water and some good cleaner or soap. Which is a cleaner, but you know what I mean, like dish soap. Oil's hard to get off silicone. Now, see, this still doesn't want to budge all the way. So I'm gonna add just a little bit more oil to it. And let's work on this side. That nail crack right there. Hanging on right there to that. Try and get this off. I mean, it doesn't take an extremely long time to take it off properly. Some of my nails attached to this one, I can already see it, the free edge. So I just need a little extra convincing here. I really don't want to give up. Let me try to pry an edge and put some more stuff under it. Pry an edge further than it's been. You have to just keep prying a little by little if you don't want to tear up your nails, your natural nails. And I mean, if you want to keep this set, you really have to take your time. But with these cheap plastic tips, I don't even know if taking your time would save them, because they start falling apart as soon as this oil hits it. So, like I said, whatever's in this oil eats plastic. I never read anything about acetone in it, but that doesn't mean it can't be. It weakens them. It doesn't eat them like acetone does. There we go. 3 more to go. And it's been 14 minutes. So that pinky is on there really good for some reason. I mean, making me work for it. Now some people can take that Jello Jello and have these off in like 5 minutes. I don't know how, but it ain't me. Not when I'm trying to keep my nails from being torn up further. I've done enough damage to them, being rough and impatient. This one is just really hanging on. Yeah, just a little bit more oil, I guess. Done with the oil. And you see all these little pieces it's broken apart. That's sticking to the paper because it's gummy. What's that? I guess crap got up in between my nails. So just as well, I'm glad that one popped off because I don't want the greenies. So next time I'm just gonna have to use a little more brush on glue than I did. That's all I can figure. There's too much of a gap between some of them. And there we have it, fully popped off in 17 minutes and 47 seconds. Ooh. Now that stick's no longer good for anything. Unless you got some little stray stuck to your nails. It's done. Move this one away. And then I will go on to the cleaning the oil off my fingers portion. First, I'm going to get off the top of this bottle. Not this bottle at all. And I take a dry paper towel and wipe on my fingers. Whatever else that it is. Yeah, oily that is. I still got oil all over my hands. Next I'm going to take a paper towel with some alcohol on it and try to clean off the rest that way. And all that oil has essentially softened your cuticles. Now I know there's still a little bit of peel-off base coat here and there. That'll come off when I file my nails, buff them for the next application. But for right now, I'm going to push all my cuticles back. Back with you on camera, and then I'll finish up on my own with that part. because we are going to apply some more tips tomorrow, I'm just going to go ahead and get most of the prep out of the way. I don't have to worry about it tomorrow. I don't know if it'll be full cover or hard gel with half cover tips. I don't know yet. Right now, I do know I need to prep for it. And while I technically halfway prepped last week when I put those nails on that I just took off, I still like to always go in with the prep, especially the pushing back of the cuticles. So I'm going to finish this up and I'll be back in a jiffy. Now that they're all pushed back, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this side of my cuticle pusher. And what this side does is you can take it where you push the cuticles back and get the dead skin off your nail plate. You can do it sideways, or you can do it with a pulling motion or a back and forth motion. And while there might be residue from the peel off base coat on the rest of your nail, where you just push those cuticles back, it's just cuticle. So, like I said, you can do a back and forth motion. See how much it's getting? And just right here on the cuticle line, nowhere else. Just where there's dead skin. So you can see the dead skin on the nail plate right there. That's what I'm grabbing. And this little scraper tool is a game changer. I saw The Devil Wears Prada with it. I said, well, she recommended it, let me try it. Most things she recommends is pretty good. While I can't afford to try the Korean products yet, these little things, yes, I can. I had never even seen one of these for your nails before. I've seen this type of thing for pimple popping, but not for your nail plate. Finish up this hand and come back. You want to make sure when you use any of these tools, you go ahead and you sterilize them, even if you're using them just on yourself, because it can cause infection, contact dermatitis, all kinds of good old things. So I'm done with that part. Next thing I'm going to do is take my flame bit and go up under the cuticles with it. You're not supposed to touch your nail plate, from my understanding. And you want to go forward, start halfway and go forward, and then go in reverse and go the other way. This helps lift the cuticle up for you, that proximal fold up. So what you're going to do is this should never touch the nail plate. It should only be on your cuticle. So like when you do this, it should not be touching your nail plate, only the top of the proximal fold. So it lifts it up. I find that extremely hard to do, but it's doable. I'm sure it takes some practice to start. And see, that lifted that up for me. And when I go in reverse, go the other way, it'll lift that side up. But if you go all the same way and go this way, it kind of sweeps half of it down. So that's why you do it this way. Sometimes the cuticle is still attached to the plate where you're doing this. Just be gentle. Don't leave in one place for a long time. It will burn you. Even though it's a cuticle bit, it will burn because it's friction. When you go down this side, I like to swoop down here and get any of the hangnails. I get those quite often for some reason. Ow, see? I stabbed myself with that bit. Up under my proximal fold. So, lovely. And that's all you do. Again, I'll show you again. Shouldn't be touching the nail plate. And see, I do it all the way down this way. And there's a hangnail right there that I have. Halfway this way. You see how the cuticle is brought forward? Turn it to reverse. And go this way. Not touching the nail plate. Just up against. Like, here's the cuticle fold. It's up against it. The skin, the cuticle. It's inside that little pocket up against it, not touching the nail. Now I'm going to do the rest of them and come back. Personally, I like to do one side, the reverse direction, all the way across the hand, then flip directions and do the other side of the cuticle. But you do yours however works for you. I was just showing you 2 times rather than do it this way and then you're looking at me like I've lost my mind. If you hear grinding on the nail, you're doing it wrong. Shouldn't even touch the nail plate. I really shouldn't be at an angle like this. It just works best for me. It should be more like this. But I find then the large part of the flame bit, the barrel, touches my nail, so that's why I go at an angle for myself. But what works for me might not work for you. So you just do you. I just thought I'd tell you how to use this bit since I figured out how to use this bit properly. Pass the knowledge on. And do the other hand and come back. Now that that's done, I'm going to get rid of the flame bit that goes over here to be clean. And I'm going to put my ball bit on. And with this, you're going to do the same thing. Same exact thing. Just instead of being anywhere near the nail plate, you're only doing this at like 4 or 5 reps per minute. You're going to feather it out away. Now if you do it right with this ball bit, you don't have to use any cuticle nippers. But I usually do. This usually helps to cut them off, you know, grind them off. This shouldn't be touching your nail plate, like I said. Just up here on the cuticles. You're not using the tip, you're using the side of it. Now I'm going to turn it the other direction. and go that way. Now, a lot of times if you don't have a lot of cuticle buildup cut, this suffices. You don't have to cut it at all if you don't like cutting your cuticles. Now that that's done both directions, I can get rid of my ball bit. Well, no, I keep my ball bit for a second. Right now, let's have to come back and do some more. Now, these are not the right cuticle nippers. These are them. Now, I just do this with my finger, and then I take the cuticle nippers, lean them on my cuticle here, and if there's anything that pops into there, that's what I cut. You want to make sure it's dead. You don't want to cut living tissue. Not only does it hurt, it bleeds, it damages them, it damages your cuticles, and it's not worth it. See, like there's some sticking out. I like to start from one side and work my way around. You don't want to push down too hard because that's when you end up getting living tissue. We don't want that. But like I said, you got this, you can pull it back to access the rest of the cuticle. So if there's any laying down, that usually brings it up so you can see it. Which after doing all that you do with the cuticle bits, usually not too much laying down that you can't see. Usually. And the other hand come back. I can't do that. Everybody loves a good cuticle cutting. So, guess I'll stay right here and finish up with you. Only time I don't use the peel off base coat on my nails is usually when I'm doing a hard gel, because I've tried using it before and it didn't pop off so easily. I just ended up having to file them off, and I ended up tearing up one of my nails trying to rip it off. So if there's a hangnail in there, I'm going to try and cut that. Those hangnails get pretty painful if they get too big and out of hand. There's one trying to start. Alright. Now when I do cut my cuticles, it's usually on this hand because I am severely right-handed. So working on my dominant hand poses some risk with cuticle cutting. Two more to go. That's another thing. By the time you done felt the pain that you're on living tissue, you're more than likely already going to be bleeding. So it's no real warning signs there until it's pretty much too late. Because you either cut it completely off, going too fast, or you feel the pain because you cut into it. What is that? And why won't you budge? This little part doesn't want to come off. Alright, I finally got it. I honestly don't remember if I cut my cuticles last time or not. I might not have, because there's an awful lot of cuticle here to be cutting. Alright, there's quite a bit of cuticle land down there. those need to be sterilized as well. I got it back on the floor, so no worries there. Next, I'm going to use my 240 sanding band, and going forward at 6 RPMs, I'm going to go along the cuticle area here and clean up any of the excess cuticle on the nail plate. You want to keep it moving when you're using this bit because it will burn a hole in you. Create a burn on your nail plate. This is also what I'm using to get the rest of that peel off base coat off. And you'll be able to tell when it's gone because the whole time you're drilling it off, you can feel it's a different consistency even through the drill itself. And you'll have to get it all off, I suppose, if you're just going to reapply it, but I like to try. I'll even hit it with some acetone at the very end and see if there's anything to rub off. Shouldn't be much left behind, especially since you just used the one kill to dissolve it. That's essentially how it works. It dissolves the peel off base coat on your nail up under the fake nail to release it. I'm just going to do this to the rest of the nail and then come back. Alright. I did everything else. I can't get that little piece of cuticle out of there. So I keep trying to use different items to get it, and it just really doesn't want to come out of there. It needs to come on out there, cuticle. He's really up in there, like in that fold. So it's just not coming today. Anyways, I find butting this up against the cuticle when I go around a buff and get the peel off base coat off helps further get those cuticles back. So, last thing I'm going to do is go back to my ball bit. And I'm going to put it on 7. And I'm just going to try and clean up some of this roughness around my nails on the skin. Any loose cuticles sticking straight up here, you know, like hangnails as well. Use this ball bit on, try and smooth it out. Just do it to all of the fingers. And I'll be back. Now that we're done with that, we are going to take this nail brush, put some alcohol on it, rub the nails. Now, anything after that you see shiny like that is going to be your base coat that didn't get buffed off, which there's not much of it left. Just a little spot here and there on the thumb, but that's okay. It looks good to me. So I'm going to spray it with some hand sanitizer real quick. One I use. Found it at Dollar General. Smells just like berries, like it says. It says soft berry. Very, very good smelling. Then what I like to do next is a just in caser type thing. I like to go in with some cyclo which is basically a topical antifungal, just in case I don't see any, or Dr. G's Clear Nail. Now, this you just put around the cuticles. This one you paint on the nail. I just want the cuticles for now because I plan on doing my nails tomorrow. So you just do that, and you rub it all the way around. It's just a precaution I like to take. I think it's good. Make sure you get it rubbed on the end of the nails or free edge as well, up under it. And then tomorrow when I go to do my nails, I will just do my normal prep. Also, after I get through this fungus stuff, I use some cuticle oil so I can moisturize my cuticles and all. Because once this is rubbed in, it's dry. It's not oily or anything. Put me some cuticle oil on, and I'm all set for tomorrow. This is just peach scented cuticle oil. And I just do it like this because, you know, I'm not doing my nails right now. I can just rub it into my whole hand. And it is oil. Really get your cuticles. That's what you're mainly going for anyways. Now, on on a regular basis I would be doing a reset treatment, but they didn't stay on long enough for me to want to do a reset. It's usually like ends up being 3 weeks to a month before I do that. So with that, I am done. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Sorry about the angle that this was recorded in. I'm gonna try to fix it in editing if it'll let me. But if not, you know. Bye, Miller Eyes.